Greetings, my saplings. Alright, so in today's video, we are going to be discussing the Jordan 1 Best Hand in the Game collection. To be more specific, like always in these How to Cop guides, we will be discussing some release info for the shoes, how to cop them, and of course, some resale predictions for those of you who may be interested in reselling the shoe to make a couple of bucks. Now, before we got into these shoes, I did want to update you on one other shoe really briefly, and that is the Jordan 9 Melo. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to make a video for this shoe, but essentially all you need to know as of now is on April 27th, these will be releasing via the Nike sneakers app. So far, it is a first come first serve because they have not specified that it was going to be a draw on the app. The retail for these shoes will be $190, and if you are interested in reselling the shoe, I'm predicting that resale should be at least doubled what it is for the retail price, meaning that even if they dip a little lower than that, that is still definitely decent profit if you're interested in reselling them. But if I get a pair, it's definitely for personal wear. I do not even think twice when it comes to reselling this shoe. I mean, they're going straight to feet, guys. But with that out of the way, why don't we discuss the Jordan 1 Best Hand in the Game collection, because well, that's why you're here. So to kick it off with some release info, these shoes were initially set to release on May 5th. However, they were just pushed back to May 1st, meaning that we are getting these in a couple of days, right around the corner. Now, there are 4 shoes in this collection releasing. The 4 shoes are the Blue Moons, the Clay Greens, the Track Reds, and the Yellow Ochres. Now, I'm going to give you a list of which locations are going to be getting which shoe, because unfortunately it is separated. Some colorways are going to some locations, meaning that, say, us in the United States aren't going to be able to get certain ones that you guys in, say, Europe are going to be able to get, but let me just list off the locations for you. So to kick it off, the Blue Moons will be releasing in only North America. Then the Clay Greens will be releasing in only North America and Greater China. Next up, we have the Track Reds releasing in Greater China, Europe, the Middle East, Asia Pacific, and Latin America. Next up, we have the Yellow Ochres releasing in Europe, the Middle East, Africa, Asia Pacific, and Latin America. The yellow ones were my favorite. Now, I'm curious to know, which ones are you guys like into? Well, I just want to know. So comment down below right now. Which one is your personal favorite? Because I kind of want to know. I know a lot of you guys, obviously, you love the red ones, because who could go wrong with red? I just personally have a lot of red ones in my collection right now. I know some of you guys are really feeling the green ones because they're subtle. But, you know, let me know what you think. It's just something I kind of wanted to know. Anyway, all of these 4 shoes will be retailing for $160. So even though they're coming in a beautiful suede, we don't have to pay a dime extra. So with all the release info out of the way, why don't we talk about how to cop them? So basically, to get these shoes, the only place as of now where you are going to be able to get them is through Nike sneakers. And now, if your country, because these are going to be releasing in a variety of countries, obviously if your country does not support the Nike sneakers app, don't worry, you could still access Nike sneakers through their website. And if you're wondering, okay, how do I get there? First of all, go on to Google and you could try typing in Nike launch calendar, and it should be the first link that pops up aside from the ad for Nike. And if you can't find it through there, go to Nike.com, which you should all be able to access. Go under men's, and then right under shoes, you should see Nike launch calendar. Click on that and it will take you to Nike sneakers, where you have the ability to sign in. So as of now on Nike sneakers, it does not specify, just like the Jordan 9s, it does not specify that it's going to be a draw. Normally, if it will be a draw, in the top left corner of the app, it will say draw opens at 10 a.m. Eastern time or something around the lines of that. So as of now, that means it is going to be a first come first serve release. So just to refresh your memory, of all my subscribers in this community should already know this, but for all you noobs out there, I guess I'd just like to give you some tips real quick. So first of all, one thing that should come easy to everyone is go for your favorite sneaker first if you have the ability purchase 2 of them. For instance, in the United States, you will have the ability to purchase the green ones as well as the blue ones. As some other tips, obviously you want to fill in your size in your account beforehand. One tip that I always like to mention, if you only plan on reselling the shoe, I always advocate going for a size 10 or 10.5, just because there's the most stock there, and obviously you're not going to make the most money reselling, but you still have a pretty good chance of just making some money in comparison to taking a risk and not making any money at all. In addition to this, you want to make sure your address is filled in on the Nike Sneakers app or website. Not only this, but make sure that you check the box that states set this as my default address. Otherwise, you're going to have to fill it in manually. Finally, also make sure your payment is filled out. Now, you could use a credit, debit card. You could also use a PayPal, whatever floats your boat. If you want my suggestion, I suggest using PayPal, but it's all personal preference. You guys do what you need to do. And as my final tip is to use Apple Pay if you have the option to do so. Now, one thing that I wanted to mention for all users, whether you're new or to this or whether you're experienced, I'm going to advocate that you use multiple devices on LTE, because I know that if you're using multiple accounts on the same Wi-Fi, you can get IP banned through that. So what I want you to do instead is use multiple devices, turn them on to LTE so they have different gateways. So that means you could say take your wife's phone, you maybe take your friend's phone, maybe your mom and dad's phone. And now if you don't have multiple cellular devices, what you can do is for each of your computers that you have, you could turn on a VPN for each of those computers and make sure all those VPNs have different locations. And then you should be fine. It's honestly up to you if you want to use multiple accounts. I personally definitely would for this release, especially because there's 2 shoes releasing. So say maybe on one account you go for one shoe at the same time as the other account going for the other shoe releasing. Not only this, but of course say you could fit multiple sizes, like I could wear a 9, 9.5, and a size 10. So what I could do is on 3 devices go for like a size 9. On one device go for a 10, one device go for a 9.5, just in case one sells out quicker than the other. But this is all optional. You don't have to do this, of course. If you're out and you only have your cell phone, just try your best, guys. That's what's important here. And if you were confused on how to make multiple accounts, you are definitely going to need different phone numbers. Now, I have heard that what you can actually do to still get the verification code is you can add a 1 at the beginning of your phone number. Now, the only problem with doing this is they will make you change the phone number after a couple of hours, or I think it might be days occasionally. So I personally suggest just asking a friend, hey, can I use your phone number for something? And you just send over the verification code. That's what I've done for over 20 accounts, and it works perfectly. And then regarding your email address, what you could do instead of creating multiple emails, what I like to do, and we've been doing this forever, is add in a +1 or a +2 at the end of your email. And I've recently found out that Jay Chiza he's another YouTuber. He's actually been charging people for this method, like I believe it's $100, even though us in this community, on this channel at least, we've been mentioning how to do this for what, like 4 months now, 3 months now? I mean, it's kind of absurd to see that he's charging people money for something like this. But that is essentially how you're going to be able to get your hands on these shoes. Of course, if any raffles come up, I'm going to make a tweet about it on my Twitter. If I have the opportunity to do so, which I probably won't because it's so close to the release, I may make an updated video on it. So turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on that. But with all the how to cop out of the way, let's talk some resale real quick. So first thing I want to say is, will they sell out? Will they sit? Every single colorway, mark my words, they are going to sell out. So if you like them, don't sleep on them. Now, regarding resale, I also do think that all 4 colorways will resell. Now, obviously, some are going to be reselling more than others. So far, what I've seen, it is going to be the red ones that are going to be reselling for the most money. And even the grade school sizes in the red, I do believe that you can still profit off of those as well. If you have the opportunity to get them for resale, maybe go ahead and do that. But honestly, even though, say, the clay greens or the blue moons might not be reselling for like that much, I still think that you have the opportunity to make some profit off of them, even if it's not a significant amount, after seller fees on StockX or seller fees on GOAT, or maybe just the 3% PayPal fee plus shipping if you sell through a Facebook group or something like that. I still think that you can make some profit, considering that the retail is only $160, which is a beautiful price. So honestly, it's up to you. I suggest getting these for resale if you want to make a quick buck. What I'm going to be doing if I could get my size, they're going straight to feet. You guys know what's up. And finally, I did also want to talk about some significance for the shoe really briefly. So you guys might be wondering, okay, this is all awesome, these shoes look cool and all, but what exactly is the significance behind them? What do they actually mean? Well, essentially, the best hand in the game, it's supposed to represent, I guess, like best hands regarding like cards. Like if you've ever played poker before. But in addition to that, more importantly, each shoe is supposed to represent a certain achievement in Michael Jordan's career. For instance, let's start off with the Blue Moons, guys. The Blue Moon colorway is said to be a reference to Michael Jordan's 14 consecutive All-Star Game appearances and features a straight flush on the right insole. Now moving on from the blue one, we have the yellow ochres, and the yellow ochre is a version that is said to be a reference to Michael Jordan's 5 MVP awards and is printed with a royal flush on the right insole. Moving on from that one, we have the track red Jordan, and the track red is supposed to be a homage to Jordan's 6 championships, and it essentially has a 6-of-a-kind hand on the right insole. Finally, we have the clay green ones, and essentially with the clay green one, it is supposed to illustrate Michael Jordan's numerous achievements with a full house graphic. So this one basically just sums everything up, and honestly, I think that the idea behind this, it's cool and all. It's just, I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like they're kind of running out of ideas at Jordan Brand. But you know what, I'm not going to hate on them because the shoes look amazing. I love how they're made of suede instead of leather. I think that's really cool. I like the designs on the insoles. Again, like, I love details, but I just don't think that this was really necessary. I think that they're, you know, like I said, I think they're kind of running out of ideas, but you know, if they want to do this, that's fine. I'm still going to buy them because I think they look fantastic. But with that, guys, I'm going to close out the video, so feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like if you perhaps learned something. Also, feel free to subscribe and turn on post notifications to join this awesome community and stay updated on every single hype release. But with that, good luck on this release and the Jordan 9 Melo release if you plan on going for those as well. So good luck. I'll see you guys next time, and plenty more videos to come because we got so much heat coming. So I'll see you guys later.